Today's video is about how to overcome challenges and obstacles in your life. But first things first, my name is Lydia Wilmsen. I'm a life and mindset coach for successful entrepreneurs and C-suite leaders. And here on the channel, I talk about all things mindset, manifestation, business growth, conscious creation. And I want to let you know that my 2 group offers are still on pre-sale. You can go into my description. You find all my different coaching offers there. And I have the Mindset Tribe membership, which is for entrepreneurs who are just starting out with business or who want to get into mindset and manifestation. It's like low-level support. You get coaching once per week, and we hop on a Zoom call once per month. It's really, really powerful, and it's more like an intro level for you to get started. And I have my high-level mastermind with basically daily coaching and amazing, successful entrepreneurs in there. If you have any questions about what is right for you, what would suit you on your path right now, what would help and support you, reach out to me, send me a message on social media or an email to my email address. It's all in the description, and we can chat about what is really helpful and supportive for you right now. Okay, but now back to the topic. So I had my fair share of obstacles and challenges to overcome. I grew up in a cult setting with lots of brainwashing, emotional abuse, chaotic childhood, and my clients all have similar stories, not necessarily cult upbringings, but like a lot of emotional abuse, childhood abuse, even physical abuse, chaotic childhoods, all of that. So they come to me and we work on that, and you can change anything and everything. So this you can overcome. However, this is just where you came from. But like in our daily lives, we also have obstacles and challenges because this is life. And actually what you label a challenge and an obstacle is very subjective to you. For someone else, what you call a challenge is like, hey, that's whatever, peanuts. And what this person calls a challenge might be peanuts and like easygoing for you. So it's very subjective. It's the story you are telling about what is going on. And reality is just that. It's just one experience after the other for you to experience, and you give it meaning. So if you keep calling it obstacle and challenge, of course, this is what it's going to be for you. So the first note here for you is to stop calling everything difficult and a challenge and an obstacle, because the more you focus on it being difficult and challenging and an obstacle and so hard and so difficult, the more you will create scenarios like that in your reality. Because reality creation works like that. What you focus on, what you put your awareness on, is what you create more of. So if you focus on whatever is happening in your life from the perspective, from the lens of it's hard, it's difficult, you will have to create more experiences for you that give you more of that. Because this is how reality creation literally happens. And it's not even creation. Anything is there as potential. Anything in the quantum soup, as I like to call it, is existing as potential form. You putting your focus and attention on that is what brings it into manifested form, into physical reality. So if you keep looking at your reality, and I've been guilty of that, of looking at things being so difficult and like, oh, one hard thing after the other. Like I'm in the middle of moving at the moment, and like so many things happening. And I have to remind myself of like, hey, what perspective are you putting on things right now? That everything goes wrong and nothing works out and everything is so difficult, or that, everything works out for me no matter what, and things are easy. So it can be quite a shift in the time, like while you're experiencing obstacles and challenges, to make the shift into like, this is all easy. So keep practicing that in the times of your life when things are easy. Like really focus on how things are easy at the moment for you if you're not experiencing challenges, or even throughout your day. You might have a lot of challenges, like a lot of things going on, but you always will have a breather in between. A moment where you will sit down on the toilet, my God, even that, in that moment you can focus on like, my God, I have a minute to myself, focus on there is calm energy, it's fine, it's working, there is ease, there is quiet, whatever, and don't take the toilet, take whatever, you're sitting in front of your computer, you're working, you have a lot of things going on. Take a second to just breathe in that moment, and not just breathe. There are a lot of people out there who say like, breathing exercises. Always use your mind as well and project yourself into like, I am having a moment to myself right now. I am calm right now in these 30 seconds. And focus on that. Create awareness around the quiet moments, the calm moments, the moments that are full of ease. And even if it's just 30 seconds. So that is the first important thing here for you to understand. The more you start labeling things as difficult, as challenging, as obstacles, the more you will have that show up in your reality. And then what if really like obstacles happen or challenges happen? What do? You find the ease in the moment, you calm yourself down, and you understand again that it's just your awareness. It's basically a buffet that is being presented from the universe, from source, from your awareness, from your consciousness, and you can pick from. And everything is neutral. Everything is just your perspective, just your label. And if you now want, like the buffet has lots of oysters. I had this with a client. We had to laugh so much because she actually loved oysters, but I didn't. So for me, it was always like, hey, there are all these oysters on the buffet. And now I want the waiter to get rid of the oysters and put other things there. And she was like, no, leave the oysters. I love the oysters. And we were like, interesting. So you have a buffet with all the different experiences you can experience in life. Start telling the waiter, I want more of that. I want more of this gigantic salad buffet, like all the veggies, all the fresh stuff. And then the waiter will still bring you oysters. And you keep reminding the waiter, no, I want please like more of the fresh stuff. Instead of getting totally angry at the buffet and at the waiter of like all the oysters there and not looking at all the other good stuff there, just keep reminding yourself it's a buffet with all the experiences on there. And I can decide what I eat. It's my choice in that moment. And I choose to eat the fresh salad. And I just want the salad restocked. So I keep reminding the waiter and I keep going to that area of the buffet and pick things from there. What most people do is they have a gigantic buffet of experiences in front of them. They keep running to the oysters and complaining that they only get oysters instead of just moving into the other direction and looking at the gigantic salad buffet. It's all there. And you shift your focus and your awareness to what you want, which is already there. Sometimes not really visible so much. So you keep reminding the waiter of, hey, bring me more of that, instead of going back to the oysters that you don't want. So obstacles and challenges. Work with your awareness. So things are happening and it's okay. You can just look at them, but don't build resistance. Don't build a lot of anger, like this is happening and like focusing on this one thing that's not working. Just stay neutral to that. Say like, okay, that's happening and I want this to happen. So reroute your awareness again to what you want. And I mentioned that in other videos before. Reality is not solid. Reality is fluid. It's all energy in the end. So we think this is the obstacle, the challenge. It's there. It's the only thing that cannot be changed. Go into a mindset of everything is changeable. Everything is malleable. The energy, it's an energetic state, and this is malleable. It looks solid, but it's not. So it can change in a matter of a day, in a matter of a week, and keep your mindset there. Keep your focus there that it is possible. The biggest obstacle for people is that they think it's impossible, that things are not working out and it's impossible to change. If you come from that place, life will be difficult for you. If you learn to shift into a state of nothing is impossible, anything can change. You're free to create heaven on earth. You are free to create anything. And when you come from that place and you see a big challenge showing up, like become almost indifferent to the challenge, see it, accept it, say like, okay, that's a choice that I can now focus on. I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on health, on love, on joy, on the car working instead of the car not working. Lots of people don't understand that they can actually make the car work or not work. Just how they think about the car, how they communicate with the car. It's energy as well, everything. The living and the not living things here that in our existence, it's all the same in the end. But that's just a side note. I can do a video on that because I once had a brand new car and I was in so much stress, in so much worrying energy. I didn't sleep And I had in the morning already the thought like, oh my God, the car's not working. It was brand new. And guess what? I got a gigantic error. And then I was like, okay, no, let's change this. We don't have to go and stop and go to a garage and whatever. I was like, this is working. Changed my mind, my mindset, my perspective. 15 minutes later, this error was gone. So you have massive, like you have pure creation possibilities with anything and everything around you. Start using that. And as I said, if there are big obstacles there in front of you, acknowledge them. They are there in that moment. You somehow had some beliefs or something that they showed up, or you didn't even have beliefs. It was just something that was placed on the buffet. Instead of like throwing a big tantrum, you just refocus on what you want instead. You still deal with whatever you have to deal with. So for example, if the car breaks down, of course you bring it to a garage. Or if something in the house needs to be changed, yeah, you just accept it and say, okay, I'm going to deal with it. And now I focus on everything is going to be easy again. Now I focus on everything always works out for me again. Now I focus on life is easy and perfect again. You know, like I shift my focus to these thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs about reality. I deal with whatever I have to deal. The same when it comes to health, you know, someone has to go to the hospital. This is what I want to experience for the person. I want health for the person. So instead of seeing the gigantic challenge of like, oh my God, that person is dying or something like that, no, that person is healthy. And still, of course, in physical reality, in 3D, we go to the hospital, have everything checked out, get treatments, whatever is necessary. It's almost like living life on two lanes. It's the physical reality that you're experiencing right now. You do whatever needs to be done there, and you have your internal lane, your mindset lane, your manifestation lane, your creation, your higher self lane. It's like physical, human self, higher self. And on this higher self lane, on this internal lane, you stay in the reality that you desire of health for your loved ones, abundance, everything working out with the house, everything working out with the car, with the friends, while on the human lane, on the human self lane, you deal with whatever needs to be dealt with. It's almost living in two different realities. It's kind of crazy and it's kind of cool. And it will help you to overcome any challenge. You deal with the challenge in a very calm and relaxed way, in like, this needs to be dealt with. I'm, not resistance against anything. I'm calm, I'm relaxed, and I'm focusing on my desired scenario instead. The same, for example, clients who are manifesting houses. Nothing's working, house is not being sold, the one that they want, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you keep looking for new houses, you keep looking for whatever you want to experience when it comes to the houses. Internal reality, this house is mine. I'm already living in it. And then something breaks down, whatever, fire needs to be fixed, can't be sold, can't be whatever. Okay, dealing with all of that, while internally I'm in my desired reality of living in that house already. And with that, you put less and less resistance against what you're experiencing in your reality. Even if it's difficult at the moment, even if there is like challenges and obstacles, you almost become neutral and indifferent towards them. They are happening, you're going about your life, you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your loved ones, while internally you refocus and you send your awareness to what you want to experience. You send your awareness towards the quantum reality that is not manifested yet, that you want to be manifested. So this is how you deal with challenges, and anything can be changed. As I said, anything is possible. You giving up telling everyone, and most important yourself, about how challenging and how big of obstacles you have in your life, you shift that. You stop telling that story. And I know it can be addictive. I made another video about that, and I probably will do that again. Your old programming of struggle, of stress, of challenges, of obstacles often can almost be fuel of your old reality. That was your life. That was adrenaline. That was like, things are happening. Things are chaotic. Like, things are happening. Stress, overwhelm, struggle. It's an addiction. People are addicted to the stress hormones, and you have to cut that. You have to shift into, now I want a reality of bliss, of surrender, of ease, of love, of joy, of all the goodness and feel so much more alive than I felt with struggle. This was a shift that I had to make, and I will make another video about that, specifically about how to cut the addiction to struggle and move into a life of ease and bliss and have your outer circumstances start mirroring that new reality. Okay, but so much for today. Obstacles and challenges, I gave you many pointers on how to deal with that. Take your focus away, start telling a different story about your life, less struggle, less obstacle, and more ease, more joy. And understand that you can live almost in two different realities. The manifested reality, you deal with it with whatever has to happen, and your non-manifested reality of awareness, of consciousness, that you focus on what you want to experience. And you become indifferent to what is happening. You stop being resistant and being in the struggle and just like, okay, the car at this area needs to be fixed, will be fixed. All is fine, car works perfectly. It's a different way of living life. And as I said, we can be addicted to struggle. And it's almost like, no, I need to have more obstacles. Like, of course, we don't want that. But our system is wired to that and keeps creating obstacles because, as I said, it can stem from childhood. Like in my scenario, growing up with a very chaotic or in a very chaotic childhood, I was wired to chaos and struggle, and I had to overcome that. I had to break that struggle. And I will make a video specifically about that. So much for today. If you want more support, more community feeling, more like working with other entrepreneurs, hanging out with others, there are my group offers, the Mindset Tribe membership, the Expansion Mastermind, or even one-to-one coaching from me. And if my videos are amazing and helpful for you, you can manifest and create any reality you want just with what I'm telling you here in my free YouTube videos. So much love to you, and until the next video.